G'day guys, it's good to see you again. Geez, I'm just peeping out the window there. It's cold, it's wet, it's miserable. The wind's blowing. Had some heavy rain yesterday, and the weather map shows that there's a big front coming across, thunderstorms, more bad weather. I'm in southern Australia, down the bottom of Australia. It's not all red dirt and kangaroos, a lot of kangaroos, but it's not desert country like a lot of people think about Australia. A dairying country. I think a few Americans and people would understand dairying country. It's wet and it's green, that type of thing. My mate's gone back to Thailand. He flew out the other day, him and his wife, and I'm thinking of him sitting over there drinking coffee in a little coffee shop up the street, a little low-key coffee shop built in an old timber shop, you know, guys that know those ones, not the flash coffee shops, not the modern ones with all the old typewriters and computers sitting around as modern decorations nowadays. Anyway, a little video, just chuck it out to keep in touch with everybody. I hit 1,000 subscribers the other day, 1,000 subscribers. I can almost believe now that I can call myself a YouTuber. Before I was just somebody dabbling in YouTube, even though I've done it for a long time. But now I sort of can feel that I can sort of say that I am a YouTuber. I haven't got the watch hours. I've got to get 4,000 watch hours. I've only got about 1,200 watch hours. I've got to make videos that interest people. Now, talking about videos that interest people, I just looked up one of my most watched video for the last month was Blitz Trucks, World War II trucks. But I found a yard full of them over in Thailand. I was driving around. I was just going for a cruise to a Panam, it's called, near Cha Chong Sao. Very rural, no tourists. And I was driving around with my mate, just exploring the town. We came across a big yard, you know, like a couple of acres. And here's all these old Blitz army trucks, old ones parked in the paddock. And I said to my mate, just hang on a minute, I'll just run out and film this. And there was some old dude sitting under a shed, just an open shed over in the back. And I just sort of made sign language, you know, can I go and look and take some photo of the trucks, point to a trucks? And they just waved and said, yeah, okay, because if I started talking English, they wouldn't know what the hell I was talking about. Confusing. Anyway, they just give me the thumbs up. And I went over and the dogs are barking. I thought if they get off a chain, they're going to eat me, you know. Anyway, I filmed this quick little video, walked around, did a real rough commentary on it about Blitz Trucks, went for about 2 minutes. Anyway, I looked at the data on it the other day because it came up as my most watched video, which is really crazy because what's the subject? It's trucks. But what's even more confusing is the data on YouTube came up, and you can drill down and watch this data, which is sort of something you've got to do, and it came up 80 or 90% of the viewers were Indonesian. Okay, that's, oh, wow, normally it's USA. The other thing is, 100% of them were female. Well, can't be 100%. The great majority of them, like over 80%, were female in the age of 18 to 24. This is the data that they're giving me. Indonesian, female, 18 to 24, watching a film of old trucks sitting in a paddock. Old army trucks. Now, either YouTube is completely, the algorithm's completely gone mad, because that just doesn't make any sense to what I would think who would be watching it. You know, like young girls look at lipstick and makeup and stuff like that. I thought if it was young men in Indonesia, I could believe it. But young women watching films about old trucks, I can't work that out. Anyway, I put a comment on that one for somebody to, in Indonesian, if they could explain to me why they're watching it. But I've got a feeling it can't be true because it's just madness. You know? It's one of those mysteries. I don't need to know, but I'm curious. Oh dear, unmotivated. I'm unmotivated again. It's wet, it's cold. I was going to go for a walk yesterday morning. I'm getting older. I'm getting, getting fat. I'm getting fat and lazy. At my age, you can confess things, and I will confess to you that I'm a person who really has problems getting motivated. I have spasms of great motivation, broken by gaps of lack of motivation. What is this about? You know, somebody has suggested I may have ADHD, whatever that is. I could believe that I do suffer from a very mild form of bipolar or something, where people have bouts of enthusiasm and bouts of depression. I could suffer from that, but not in a way that causes my life great harm. But motivation is something that I've just never had any motivation. I should go for a walk today. I will go for a walk, actually. I'm feeling pretty motivated as I'm talking to you guys, you know, so I'm motivated. See, look at my studio here. It's shocking. It's just a little room in the back of a rental house. I've had to hang towels and blankets and things up to stop the echoing of a sound. It's like trying to sing in a brick shithouse, as I'd say. You just get too much echo. So you got to hang sound absorbing stuff around, or else the audio is absolutely terrible. Like walking into an empty house and talking, it just echoes and echoes. Rightio, I'm waffling. Motivation. How do you get motivated? It's too old to get motivated now. I'm bloody 70. I've just got to work with what I've got. But sometimes it's real hard to get out. Necessity is the thing. Necessity is the thing that motivates you. You've got to go and get a job when you're a young bloke. I was lucky back in the days, 1970, when I started working. You left school and the question was, what job do you want? What job do you want? And you could go and get a job in all sorts of things. There was massive employment. Nobody would not get a job. There was no people on the unemployment. When I say no people, there was a tiny amount. Nobody knew anybody who was on the unemployment. And if you were called a dole bludger. And I actually know people in a town I was in. One bloke was working for himself, and because to work for yourself outside the system, without setting up the business with all the laws and everything, you had to do it quietly. You couldn't just work for yourself. Still had an enormous amount of paperwork. So he was working for himself, but nobody knew what he was doing. But they knew he didn't go, the old chooks around the town and say, what's he doing? Oh, he's unemployed. He wasn't on unemployment, but he was working in the bush, making money for himself. And he got letters in the mail that had white feathers in them. Now, I've always thought the white feather in the mail they used to send to in World War II for young blokes who hadn't gone and joined the war in World War II. They'd send them a white feather in the letter, which indicated that they were a coward. Old chooks in that town were sending him letters with white feathers in it because he didn't have a traditional job. He didn't work at the sawmill, or he didn't work up at the local supermarket. He was out making money for himself. He ended up with a big export business. He worked quite well. So they didn't know what he was doing, so therefore they just assumed he was not working. Yeah, so in the 70s you could just walk out and get a job. If you went and did a trade, as in a plumber or a builder or a panel beater, you go and do a trade back then. That was considered as, if you can't do anything else, you can go and become an apprentice into a trade if you can't do anything else. It was what you were threatened with if you didn't go and get a good job. You could go and get a job in the bank if your maths was all right. Jobs everywhere. I went and got a job at 18 in the PMG, Postmaster General's Department. They were the ones that ran all the post offices. They ran all the telecommunications, all the telephones, telegraphs, all one big organisation controlled by the government. Very good family atmosphere, supportive, everybody supported each other. There was no such thing as bullying, or not much of it. The values were, hello, here comes a little interference. G'day, how you going, mate? What are you doing? I'll have to just turn it off for a minute. There. And that's what makes it all worthwhile. See, this is what happens with life, like about 60 odd, 55, I went to Thailand. I was one of these guys who said, I want to go and see Australia, I don't want to go overseas. I don't want to go to Thailand, I don't want to go to anywhere else. I want to go travel up north, do things like that. My wife of the time bullied and coerced me into going to Thailand because her friends were going to Thailand for holidays. So she bullied and coerced me to go to Thailand. So we went across there, had three younger children at the time, pre-teenagers, not toddlers. And we went over to Phuket Island. My wife booked a place, part of her coercion. She had it all sorted out for me. She booked a place at Shalong Bay in Phuket Island. So a lot of people don't understand, Phuket isn't just a town. Phuket is an island, and Patong is the name of the town where all the tourists go. On one side of the island. One side of the island, you get all the water coming across the Andaman Sea. It's got waves, clean beaches, sand. That. The other side of the island is where all silt goes. It's swampy, mangroves, not tourism stuff. Anyway, she booked a place out as an ex-English school, and they converted it into accommodations. Really nice place, really nice people, really good. But there was no tourism at all. I'll tell you another story. This is about this place in Shalong Bay. This is about Thailand, my introduction to Thailand. Here's a story. Introduction to Thailand. We finally get off the aeroplane at Phuket Airport. We hop on some mad bus thing, and it took us to where we were staying. We had to get on another little transport, and that finally got us to where we were staying at this isolated, non-touristy place on the other side of the island of Phuket. We got there. It was night. I was tired. We got children after the big flight from Australia. You get there in the evening, there's nobody around much, and there's a lady there, there's an open roofed area with bars and chairs and tables and a bar at the end. up the end with fridges and drinks and all that sort of stuff. I know, we were talking at the start and then we took the stuff up to the room, and she said, there's nobody here at night time, you know, in the evening, so it gets dark. There's nobody here, there's not many tourists. She said, the big fridge is there, big glass fridge like a bar, and there's a book. She said, you get a beer out of the fridge and you write it in the book. I thought, wow, what's this about? This is a bit different, like it's obviously a professional, proper place, it's not a backyard thing. That's what the girl said behind the thing, and then she said, a swimming pool, big swimming pool. Anyway, I carted all the bags up to the room, and my wife settled in, and the kids settled in, and I went back downstairs, and I thought, really? I'll just go and get a beer out of the fridge. All these beers looking at me after a long day's travel. Get a beer out of the fridge, and just write it in the book, and there's a big swimming pool there, and it's stinking hot, of course, and warm. Lights are on around the pool. There's all this tropical vegetation, palm trees and all the frangipani trees, you know, for flowers dropping in the water. All that. Fantastic for a bloke from Australia. I couldn't believe it. Anyway, I went down and I thought, yeah, well, I suppose I can go in the pool because Australians are locked in by rules and regulations. I thought, I suppose I could go in the pool and have a swim. There's no sign saying up don't swim. So I went into the pool and had to swim. And then I thought, I wonder if I could have a beer beside the pool and sit it on the edge of the pool. There's no one around, and I'm not going to drop it or break. I don't know, I suppose I could. So I did. So I'm cooling down, there's a waterfall cascading down, and I got my beer just to reach up the side of the pool, Leo, I think it was. Anyway, I thought, I think I could like this place. I think this place is good. And that was an introduction to Thailand. And now, see, I've come back years later. I've got a wife and a boy. I'm the happiest man in the world. Yeah, you little devil. You go and ask Mummy what's for breakfast.
No,
eh?
Mummy's in the shower.
Oh, she's in the shower. Okay. Okay, well, hop up. I'm just talking to this man for a minute. Dad now, so I've got to put priorities first. Hey, you little devil. You going to say hello? Who's that? Hello. Yeah, so I'm renting this old house over here in Yarram, Victoria, Australia. And as you can hear by the floor, there's no carpet on the floor, it's polished floorboards, and they're disintegrating because the termites are into the floorboards. But I've got to pay $400 a week to be in the town so my wife can work. So she can learn Australian culture and practice her English a lot better. So where was I? Yeah, I went to Thailand, had a holiday, come back with a wife. It's a very summary over the last 10 years. I met my wife, knew her for 7 years, before we got married and had a baby and things like that. It wasn't a rush job. Oh, Thailand's so dangerous for men. Oh, you're a devil. Okay. No, don't play with you. Mouse. You little mouse. Hey! Right, yeah. Gotta go, guys. Okay. Away you go. Catch you later, guys. Gotta go. Thanks very much for all your subscriptions and things. Cheers. See ya.